For game number 5. We thought this series was over. We thought Pox had the all kill, but he did not. And now, in the upper left hand corner of the map, we have the blue pros player from one step ahead, ready for some more PvP. Picasso. Down the bottom right hand corner, the teal pros player from ECVisualize. Ladies and gentlemen, it's FeaR. So guys, how's everyone doing? How is everyone feeling? I had a couple of issues we had to sort out, something about rosters and stuff like that, but everyone was legitimate to play, so good stuff, everyone's happy, smiley faces, and everyone is happy and stuff like that, cool. And it's put me a little bit out of the zone, so apologies if I sound a little bit nonsensical. As we just get ready to go into this PvP. Who loves PvP? Hooray! Everyone cheers! Alright, well, at least this time we're not going to start off with a proxy 2 gate. So we're going to see a little bit of a longer game here at least. And yeah, just waiting to see how this is going to go. How these guys are going to open up. For now, we've got FeaR just moving around and sending his probe out to scout. Doesn't want to die to anything silly early on, anything cheesy. And we'll be scouting the top right position first, which will be a little bit unfortunate for him, as he will not find anything there. His opponent Picasso is in the top left-hand corner of the map. He is just chrono boosting probes away right now. It's just chrono boosting and make the gateway. Both players just having that gateway finish up, and the early game PvP begins, which is not very exciting, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. So, yeah, early game PvP begins. Nothing too crazy to comment on just yet. We've got a probe going out now for Picasso. He is also looking to scout here. As we have a probe from FeaR, we'll just spot that probe going up there. And he will be coming in to finally get a scout on his opponent right now. So, much earlier scout from FeaR. And we'll see what he decides to do as he heads up into this main base. So up into the main base, and we'll have a bit of a look around, see what's going on. Warp gate starts on the Cybernetic core. And a Stargate placed in the side of the corner of the base here, something which FeaR does not check for. So FeaR, unaware of that Stargate right now, does start to send his mothership core out onto the map though. So looking to try and get that information, and as this probe comes across, he will run into the path of the mothership core. I think, maybe not actually, it's going to be very close. Okay, he will, because he's actually heading very far over to the left. He's not actually heading in towards the main base. So this is something which FeaR will see. He'll see that probe heading into what is a very weird position as a Twilight Council comes up for him back at home. And as his mothership core comes in, he's going to see immediately the Stargate beginning Oracle production. And he's going to get himself all the way into this mineral line and should be able to pick himself up a couple of kills here. How much energy? He doesn't actually have energy to recall. This might be one dead mothership core, guys. This is going to be one dead mothership core, actually. I mean, actually, I guess he can fly away, right? But is he going to be able to fly far enough away? I'm not sure. I think the stalker might catch him. One more shot? 2 more shots? One more? No! No! You know, he's going to recall. Oh, the clutchest mothership core escape ever. Just gets away, one hit away from death, makes it away. Stalker's now positioned in the mineral lines, and with extra gates on the way up, he's going to be in a pretty good position against this incoming Oracle, which is flying into his main base right now. So FeaR should have no real issues against this first Oracle as it comes in and starts to get some damage done, but Stalker's underneath it, already doing a lot of damage, and it's just going to get away. Pulls away at the right time, one hit from death, but 4 workers killed, putting Picasso slightly into the worker lead here. As Blink gets chrono boosted out, Twilight Council is doing its work as a robo facility also added on for FeaR, looking to head into those Immortals for the mid game, or maybe just an observer. And we'll see how aggressive he maybe wants to be. He does already have a pylon set up to the north side of the map should he want to get aggressive with his Blink Stalkers. Something he definitely could do, because he will be at a Stalker advantage because he didn't go for this Oracle or anything. And as well as the Stalker advantage, he's going to have the faster blink, so you really could try and make something happen here. As the Stalker's just waiting for now for that Oracle to move back in to try and shut it down nice and quickly and get rid of it, so you can move across the map without having to think about anything hurting him back at home. This Paladin finishes up here for Picasso as well, so maybe also thinking about getting slightly aggressive himself. No robo facility for him. It's just straight up blink in the gateways, and of course that Stargate from earlier, although that's not going to play much of a role here anymore. So that's kind of interesting. And as this probe just comes in and checks to see for an expansion. I'm not sure if that's far enough forward to see the expansion, but I guess it may be. And I can't think of what else he might be trying to do as this observer just slowly moving out for FeaR and just wants to see what's up and out on the map before he moves across and tries to get aggressive. If he does move across and get aggressive at all, blink finished and he blinks on top of that Oracle immediately, and that's exactly what he was waiting for. And with that, he probably will begin to move out now and try and see if he can get any damage done. He leaves some Stalkers behind though, just in case a second Oracle decides to come in. I mean, Photon Overcharge is not ready just yet. It is now, so I mean, it's one of them things. It looks as though he's not actually too interested in completely moving out onto the map. As he comes into his opponent's main base with that Observer, you'll see exactly what his opponent's up to. You'll see the Stalkers of his opponent too. And we'll probably have a pretty good idea about what he wants to do to continue against this, whether he wants to go for that expansion. Because it looks as though he has a unit down here, and it is a probe ready to expand. And he's going to be putting down that Nexus in a few moments. Pops on a pylon to begin with. And maybe not, he seems to have just walked in a few more Stalkers. So no Nexus just yet, as the Stalkers do begin to move out and onto the map for Picasso. Equal army supply counts until that extra couple of Stalkers just got walked in for him there. As both players will be looking here to try and just trade as best they can. And it's going to come down to straight up blink micro. And as a second Observer moving out for FeaR, will want to keep an eye on where those first Stalkers are. A couple more Stalkers being warped in. He's going to move forward. He's going to catch one Stalker here immediately. A second has to blink away very quickly. Blink micro from FeaR so far so good, but he is fighting into a concave, and his Stalkers in the back are not fighting in this. And so he has to blink them away one at a time. And will now just have to sit defensively here. Robo Facility is up for him though, and he can start to invest in that Immortal, and that will help out a lot against these Blink Stalkers, although the possibility of them just picking that off if it is ever out of position is there, so FeaR will have to babysit that with his life. And of course, not just being out of position, if he just blinks forward on top of it, he can do a lot of damage as well, although that does give up his Blink cooldown. And as they're blinking up to the high ground here, FeaR no interest in fighting that at all. He knows he's investing resources into an Immortal. He knows now isn't the time to fight this Blink Stalker versus Blink Stalker battle. We'll hit a pretty big supply block here after losing that pylon. Robo Facility starts for Picasso back at home, and with the Mothership Core aggressively positioned now, he has the possibility to drop a couple of Time Warps perhaps, or recall home if he feels things are getting a little bit too dicey for him. A similar situation for FeaR, he can drop those Time Warps, but his Mothership Core is pretty low on hit points, so it's a very risky move to move it too far forward against this number of Blink Stalkers. There's a couple of Immortals out now though, and two Immortals is a pretty big number. 4 workers advantage here for FeaR, and now slowly but surely pulling him ahead a little bit in terms of how expensive his army is compared to his opponents. So he has a bit of a better army here, but he finds himself slightly in a bit of a soft contain in all honesty. So I'll come down the ramp now. He actually will use his blink just to get down here, knowing that the Immortals will probably be enough to help him win this fight, and that he doesn't really need the blink to keep him alive here. And as this blink comes off cooldown, he will probably blink aggressively on top of the rest of these Stalkers, and there it is, blinking forwards now, just to make sure these won't be able to get away. He's going to be able to pick off as many as possible, and with that, he's going to take a 14 worker lead, 14 army supply lead. In fact, he's going to blink forward again, and he's going to get pretty much every single Stalker, apart from 2, which do manage to blink away, but that gives FeaR a significant advantage now. Look at that resources or units lost tab, and you can see 19 Stalkers lost to the 6, lost 2 Immortals as well, but 2 Immortals is, you know, you can just see how many Stalkers he has left over. It tells the tale, and it looks as though FeaR is going to very easily be able to clean this one up and finish it off here for his team. ECVisualize against one step ahead. The blink to the high ground here to try and start taking us down. He dances in the base of his opponent. Immortal about to pop out though, but I think he's just got too many Stalkers. He's going to target down this Robo Facility. The Immortal is not going to make it out. The Robo goes down, and FeaR backs off. A blink forwards from Picasso But FeaR knows he just has to blink up to this high ground now, and that should be game. He's even just going to pick away at pylon to the side and just do a little bit of damage here and there. That observer just being so useful, giving him a bit of extra vision, allowing him to know whether he should blink forward or not. And he says, yes, I should. And blink forward is what he does. Defensive blinks coming in from Picasso. Is it going to be enough though? Probes are coming off the line, so no, it probably will not be. GG is called, and FeaR closes out the clan war for ECVisualize, their third win this season with